Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pictograph of the bullock that appears on the end of the $1 bill and noted in the Bible as the bullock or calf that appears upon the Ark of the Covenant as one of the four beasts that's set around the mercy seat. And when you roll the bill, and I'm going to exaggerate the rolling of the bill, but when you roll it like this and turn it in certain angles, once you get the proper lighting and the proper angle, it looks like a bullock and a set of horns. And it looks like that because it is a bullock with a set of horns. And this is a bullock in real life made out of brass that is a bullock in real life that you can see by going back to the portion of the video that I just showed you about the bullock that appears on the end of the $1 bill, that these two are similar in nature. And in order to see that bullock on this pictograph of the $1 bill itself, if we turn the bill and rotate it upwards, or in fact get a different one altogether and utilize it from a flat plane, this, what appears before your eyes now, this section that is above my hand are the horns of a bullock. And now I'm going to show you the brass bullock immediately in front of it. As soon as the bullock that's now made out of brass sets in front of the bullock on the $1 bill, and the horns are in the same configuration. However, I'm going to show you the bullock stenciled in pink so that you can see again how when you exaggerate it with just the slightest amount of color and roll it utilizing the arc of what a bullock's face would really look like in real life, approximately a 15 to 20 degree curvature of the bullock's face. This is known as Euclidean optics. This is why I have repeatedly said that no human being could have created these pictographs in the year 1934. And all of this is associated with different chapters in my book, aka Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. And this is a picture of the book itself once you get to the website. And you'll notice that this is the cover, and this, what I'm going to zoom in on right now, is one of the angels on the end of the Ark of the Covenant. On either end of the $1 bill, I have these associated with orange eyes and green wings. Orange eyes and green wings. And this is the actual cover of the book, and this is the actual book opened up on my screen with the 27 chapters that run through the book of Genesis, what I call the Rosetta Stone, which is the $1 bill itself, the book of Revelations, the book of Hebrews, and so on and so forth. And in order to get to any of those books, you just press a button and you are at chapter and verse of Genesis, and what I wanted to discuss in Genesis with you. If you want to go to Revelations 4, verse 6, you go to Revelations 4, verse 6, because Revelations 4, the entire chapter is done detail for detail. There are 50 pages associated with chapter 4 of the book of Revelations, because chapter 4 of the book of Revelations has to do with the four beasts that appear upon the Ark of the Covenant. If you would like to expand it, you can open up the different size percentages, and you can expand the words to any size you want, up to 6,000. However, that's not necessarily needed. But if you don't have good eyesight, the book has all the options of a regular ebook, including a complete search engine, and the pictures also have the ability to be expanded and enlarged and rotated inside the ebook format. The book was done professionally, except it wasn't written professionally because I'm not a writer. I am, in fact, nothing more than a carpenter from Howard Beach, Queens. However, I was a pretty good carpenter, and anybody that knows me will attest to that fact. Now, moving past the aspect that the book is in fact a reality, and the book in fact has 1,990 pages. This is not a 150-page book with 10 pictures. This is a book consisting of 602,000 words, 130 high-resolution pictures, and one chapter for each of the pictographs that are in or discussed via pictures in the different Bible chapters. So for each chapter in the Bible, I might have 1 or 2 or 3 pictures associated with those pictures, and some pictures take as much as 50 pages to describe one picture, and I put that picture in several times from several different angles. This is the book, aka AngelsOnTheArk.com by Michael Fazio, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio, located at www.angelsontheark.com. So this is a reality, and this gives you the high definitions and explanations that I can only briefly touch on in these videos and or dissertations. So moving past that, this is also, you can collapse, of course, you can collapse the legend, and then you can make this, like I said, you can go 150%, or you could go 2,400%, and basically it disappears because you're only looking at the corner. But at 800%, this is what you're looking at. So the book is in fact a reality. And then, once we have that behind us, let us go to a particular pictograph that I have stated represents one of the 3 measurements in the Bible that are known to be utilized to measure one of 3 things. One of 3 measurements in the Bible that is utilized is called a reed. And a reed has a specific measurement that is discussed in my book, but it is not the same measurement as the measurement that appears between the table that is 44 feet by 44 feet and the apex of the Great Pyramid. This measurement, excuse me, this measurement that appears before your face inside the measurement of the ends of the dividers is 1 cubit when you are calculating the measurement of the Ark of the Covenant, which is located as the entire green side of the $1 bill. This pictograph is a pictograph of the different pictographs that appear on the reverse of the $1 bill, and it's located in my book, and it gives you 44 different pictographs associated with the $1 bill itself. And again, if you wanted to look at something that I call the crystalline nature of the $1 bill, and the word 1, which is the crystalline nature of the bill itself, which is what I call the sea of glass, and everything that associates itself with these 3 letters is of a crystalline nature, then you would just look at this page and then find the legend on the following page that associates itself with one of these numbers, and then you would have a detailed explanation as to the different numbers that are associated on the back of the bill itself. And before this video ends, I like to discuss with you, this is another pictograph that depicts, of course, a pentagram, and the way that this is gotten to takes approximately 35 to 50 pages in the Bible, depending on which parts of the Bible that you are looking at, and it takes almost as many pages in my book, aka Angels on the Ark. And this pictograph represents the end of part 11, and I need to get a bigger camera.